GM, everyone. Welcome back to another GC Crypto live stream. Maybe that name will change soon, guys. Maybe that name will change soon. Craig, mate, how you feeling today? How's life treating you? How'd you wake up, mate? How'd you wake up?
GM. Yeah, Granny. Look, I'm good, man. I got 8 hours sleep last night, so I feel like a cracky man.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, it's good. I've probably got eight hours sleep in probably 10 years. So
yeah. Oh, I consistently get a good amount of sleep. I value sleep highly in my life.
Yeah, they will change with kids, man. You'll lose your sleep for sure.
No.
Either you'll lose your sleep or lose your wife, man. So
one or the other.
But no, I'm good, man. I'm good, thank you. I woke up early. I went back to sleep, woke up at 5 a.m., checked the charts as you do when you go to the toilet, and I saw Bitcoin was 94,000. I was like, so I put up an early post and went back to bed for an hour. But no, I'm good. Thanks, Greeny. GM, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, great day to stream again, man. Yesterday was a ripper. If you guys didn't catch yesterday's stream, definitely give that a check. There was about 20, 30 minutes of Bitcoin coverage there, which I think was gold.
Yeah.
But no, happy to be here. What a great day. How are you?
Look, I'm just coming off an hour live stream with the two goats from GTG, Cappy and Sexy. I had them on last year, actually, so you guys can go watch our live stream from them when Craig was overseas in New Zealand. And yeah, we're just catching up about the market this morning. Really good conversation about low time frame levels that we're watching, high time frame levels that we're watching, how to trade a breakout trade, how to look for order blocks. We've been focusing heavily on education in GTG. So yeah, I love to see it. And good to break down that with them this morning. So yeah, I mean, the market's looking pretty good, mate. So we could probably dive straight into it. I mean, my voice is bugging already, so I'll let you. Do you want to introduce the partners or just say thanks?
Yeah, absolutely. Massive shout out to obviously two partners. First and foremost, OKX, our spot trading preferred platform. Safest exchange out there / platform. And guys, they're giving away $75 of Bitcoin if you do a bit of volume over there. So definitely go and check them out. Granny's got them up on the screen now. Super easy to use. You can obviously set your buy and sell orders, which makes life a little bit easier if you need sleep, like I was saying before. But big shout out to them. And then last but not least, obviously Yeet, for giving us our giveaways every week, provided we do enough monthly or weekly.
There's been no volume overnight.
Yeah, everyone's disappeared in the so-called bear. But shout out to Yeet for giving us that opportunity, and hopefully we can catch a few more bids and a bit more love on there, guys. So for anyone who's looking to do a bit of gambling responsibly, definitely go check them out. They've obviously got an airdrop coming up, hopefully this year. Hopefully we get a bit of comms on that. But big shout out to them for supporting the channel as well, and obviously you guys for tuning in. So let's check out the market, Granny.
Alrighties, guys. So if we come have a look, I was just drawing some hypothetical situations. This is the hypothetical situations. I mean, yesterday we gave a lot of analysis around some potential high time frame levels. I mean, another way we could look at this, Craig, too, is moving averages. So there's a few moving averages that historically BTC loves to respect and at least touch in a bear market, and again confirm in a bull market that you have a trend shift, and those being the 21 EMA. Which is your yellow line here, the 200-day moving average, which is blue line, and 300-day moving average, which is your purple pink line down the bottom. Now, historically, if we do lose the yellow line, let me just maybe change colors. Oh, no, white probably doesn't really work. We'll go orange. Historically, if we do obviously lose the moving average on high time frames, then we do potentially see rejections at the start of a bear cycle like 2021. We can break above it, but this is what we call a distribution or a deviation above that. Then we close back below it, not showing any strength on the sort of first or second sort of retest of this moving average. So historically, you can obviously find yourself below it, like we did see there's so many similarities between 21 and 25. It's crazy. Like we broke below it. Okay, we trended here. We had a reaccumulation zone. Same here. We traded below it in 25. Okay, during the tariff dip, we had 3 drives here of bullish divergence. You then break above it, then you show a lot of strength, and you retest it back here and continue that strength higher. So for me right now, this is a level to be watching. It's coming in close to this weekly fair value gap as well, which is an imbalance of price. For those that maybe don't know what that is, again, we educate you about this in GTG. The link is down below. But yeah, basically, this is a high confluence area that we're really curious to see what price does sort of in the coming weeks around this sort of level. Now, historically, as you can see, if we do reject from the yellow 21 moving average, we do retest the 200-day and the 300-day in a bear market multiple times. As you can see here, we actually broke below it in the last bear cycle. So historically, it is a level of interest once we confirm that a bear market has started. The fact we obviously had multiple sweeps of this previous high, bearish divergence, 3 drive here is usually a very top signal as well. We really failed to show strength is sort of above this level. You could argue that this is deviation above this whole time frame level here from the high of December 24 as well. Then you're trading back into this range. So yeah, there's a lot of at least confluence for me. Back that with what we discussed yesterday on the show around um, like stochastic momentum of higher time frames is what I'm trying to say. Like it just looks like Bitcoin is probably in a bear trend, or it's about to start a bear trend once we get in this lower high. Now, my opinion can change if we do obviously get back up into this vicinity and close with strength above 107. Then yeah, I could easily see us push 119 again, which is our sort of weekly pivot level that I'd be watching as well. But yeah, for me, very much a lower high bounce. Does it come in here? Do we front run 100K? Retouch the 21 EMA, take out this weekly order block here, or sorry, not order block, FVG here, and then come back down and retest 80, retest 74, retest 69. Who knows? We'll wait and see. But these are the levels to be watching as well, potentially in a bear market. Is if this continues slowly like this, then like say we do trade like this and do something like this, then yeah, 71 could be a level. 61 we could break below it a little bit, but yeah, you could say this could be our target for a bear market later this year or into 2027. So that's at least what we discussed this morning in GTG. Yeah, again, it's a good space to be in and have confluence with different traders. I mean, Craig, like I know you're looking to expand your knowledge in terms of sort of more day trading, which is what we spend a lot of time doing in GTG. But yeah, what does this sort of what's your take on sort of moving averages and whatnot?
I don't really pay much mind to them at the moment. Not because I don't trust or believe in them. I just haven't looked close enough at it.
Yeah.
And also, I just try to keep it. I try to keep it quite simple for myself.
Yeah.
Because I found those moving averages certainly in look. I guess it's how you use the tool, right? And I've seen some people use moving averages appallingly. Especially in 21, I remember people using them and saying, "Oh, you know, we've got to get above this." And I sort of found that it often didn't work, but it may be the people using the tool, to be honest. It's probably a lot like TA. If you use the tool incorrectly, then people will say, oh, TA doesn't work. But if you use it correctly, then it does work. So no, moving averages is not something I've looked at a lot. For me, it's always been sort of fib levels and fair value, FEGs. That's sort of what I've sort of focused on in the past, mainly fib levels for the longest time. But even in saying that, my fib levels agree with everything you just said. So 94 being a pretty key level, 100K obviously psychological level, 106, 107K and 117K. So regardless of using that moving average tool as well, sort of it's interesting how you can look at it different ways and come to a similar conclusion, which for me would indicate maybe some accuracy with what we're seeing. Doesn't mean we're always right, but if you've got 100 people looking a different way and coming to the same answer through different equations, then I tend to trust it. So no, my knowledge on moving averages is certainly nowhere near enough to call it good or bad, but it's probably something I need to look at in the near future. But for me, just those levels I said are pretty critical. In fact, we're at a critical level now for me, right now. So this 94K region, I've been pretty interested to see whether we reject here or whether we can close above. For me, if we can close above about 94K on the daily, man, we could be. I don't want to get too excited because I'm still favoring a lower high. Like I said yesterday, this is just playing out as you and I were waiting for quite some time, probably a good 3 months. So I'm trying not to get too excited, although even on the timeline, I'm sort of bull posting a little bit now and stuff, getting excited. But I'm certainly not getting excited enough to go, oh, we're going to get a fresh all-time high. There's a lot of work to do above, and I feel there's not as many levels below. As what I mean by as many levels below, we could see a drop down to 80K, maybe not swiftly. I don't think we're going to get a big dump from here. I think shallow pullbacks for now, but I think a big pullback will come. The key is where. So, you and I were talking offline, because I'm leaning towards the lower high, I will look to take profit more towards the 98. Hopefully that doesn't bite me in the ass again. It bit me in the ass a little while ago when it sort of tapped 98 and then dropped back down. I was like, damn it, maybe I should have taken it there. So I'll probably hopefully get another bite at the cherry, at the apple at about 98, 100K. I'll take a bit off the table there. 106, 107, a lot off the table there. And God willing, if we hit 117, man, I will take a substantial amount of Bitcoin off there, probably at least 50% off there, maybe 70. And then I might leave a little moon bag for if we go higher. If we go higher, fantastic. Some people listening now will be like, oh, you missed out on gains. That's okay. You and I have been fiddling around with Bitcoin since, well, for myself, about 30K, man. So, to sell at 100K and if it goes to 120, 130, it's like, okay, I'll wear that. I told myself, this last cycle, I'm going to make sure I'm stabled up heavily. So in the bear market, I'm happy because that's what I want to be. I want to make sure when we get to the bear market, look, we might be in one now, but I want to make sure that this time is different. And what I mean by this time is
different.
This time is going to be different because if it's to be greeny, it's up to me, man. No one else is going to click sell. I have to click sell.
Yeah.
And I'm not about blaming other people. Some people in the timeline start screaming at other people when price dips. I scream at myself. Probably better to do it that way because I press buy and sell. I've never had anyone press buy or sell for me before. So I don't expect them to step in and go, Craig, this is the moment to sell. I haven't had God touch me on the shoulder yet and say it. So unfortunately, fortunately, that's sort of my line of thinking. So I'm still looking to exit at those levels. If we go high and break an all-time high, even if I've sold 80, 90% of my bag, I'll still be pretty stoked, man. And consequently to that whole conversation I just had, I still think memes and alts could run pretty hard, man. So I think they're going to outperform Bitcoin. Well, they already are, but I think they will possibly continue to outperform Bitcoin Q1, Q2. So even though I'm saying all that about Bitcoin,
to clarify that, if you're not just bag holding them, if you're actively trading them, they're going to outperform. If you're bag holding memes or altcoins, you're down far superior already, and you're just grateful that you're having a 2x bounce off a 90% drawdown, right? Like, so it's about being active, just to clarify.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. So I think even though I just said what I said, and people might be like, oh man, you're not expecting much more of a pump from here. I think selected alts and selected memes will run really hard during this period of, even if Bitcoin sort of pulls back here and crabs, I reckon we'll be okay for a pump for those. The only thing on my mind, and I posted this in GTG yesterday, was with a Pepe entry, the only concern I had was Bitcoin tapping its head at between 91 and 94. That for me is quite a danger zone. And then, but again, I did say I expect a shallow pullback. So if the pullbacks are shallow-ish, I think alts and memes probably will be okay. If we see a bigger pullback, obviously that's going to all go out the window and everything's going to plummet, and we're all going to wish we sold Pepe on these pumps. So I'm still holding a bit of Pepe, still a bit of Mog from way back. I've still got some Pengu. It's just about to hit my entry. So Pengu's actually hit my entry level again, which is nice. So I am watching. I guess what you said is the important thing, and probably the takeaway is right now you have to be pretty locked in, and you need to be checking these levels daily for when your exits are, because if you step away for a week or two, you might miss your exit. So unfortunately, as much as I said I wanted to do those learnings with futures, I need to lock in now for the next, probably this quarter, to get my exits, because that's as important as my entries. Probably not as important as my entries. Entries probably more important. But yeah, I want to get out, man. I want to get out. I want to stable up, and I want to relax into the bear, do my studies, and then just buy bottoms. And then run it up with you again, just like we did in 22, 23, man, which was the easiest money I've just about ever made. And I'd quite like it to go easy mode for a while, because it's been hard mode for about 6 months for me.
I mean, it's been hard mode since the end of 24, in my opinion. When portfolios really were at all-time highs, Oz CryptoCon 2024 pretty much was euphoria. So it's been, it's just been a challenging market ever since then. Even though Bitcoin did put in a new all-time high last year, that was arguably the top, in my opinion, 2024. So, okay, question for you. I know you want to, you have psychological levels, you have levels in theory with fibs and whatnot. What happens if we only get into this FVGA here on the weekly and we actually trade back down straight from there? And that is our confirmation of our lower high forming here over a period of time in this little bullish wedge bearish wedge that we're forming, and you don't get to sell all your BTC up here. What
Yeah,
changes? Talk to the crowd, because again, we are deemed more professional traders compared to the everyday person who watches our show. So talk the crowd through what, like, is there an invalidation? Is there something that you change based on what you see? Or talk to me a little bit about that. Like, what happens if we do reject from here and we actually do continue lower today to high 60K or mid 70s or something like that?
Yeah, that fair value gap I'm targeting to sell. So I'll be looking to take probably maybe 20, 30% off probably 25% off the table at that exact fair value gap. So just to counter that move, because I am worried, or I am aware that that is a concern, is that we could tap our head there, and that is the lower high for me. I sort of was targeting 98K for the lower high. That was my first target. We may fall short. We might go 96, 97 and front run that number. So I'm aware of front runners as well. So I'll front run 98 and probably sell between 96 and 97. Like I said, about 25%. And validation level would be if we broke down probably below 90K. 88 to 90K for me is pretty important, somewhere around there. So I will sell some into that fair value gap. We're getting pretty close to it now, man. So I'm starting to get a bit of sweaty palms, because I kind of, it just feels like deja vu. So,
well, yeah, like, what's the benefit? Like, unless, like, and again, we're not going to disclose amounts, but say you're holding like the significant difference between like holding, like, say you're holding like a couple $1,000, it probably does make sense for you to maybe be a little bit more risk on, because like maybe you're looking to chase that extra 15% move to 107. But like, when you really think about it, it's like, holy shit, 15%, that's not much unless you're dealing with hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. 15% is not a lot of money. So I would question a lot of people is to really think about how you think about risk and think about percentages, because like, and again, I don't hold any Bitcoin right now because the percentages don't, like, again, this is my thought. I was like, well, hold on, my average cost base, I had accumulated a bit of Bitcoin at around sort of 86, I think my average cost base was. So I was like, you know what, that's not a bad level. I do think we push up here, but I was like, look, a 20% move, like, am I really that interested in holding a bag of $10,000 to $50,000 for 20%? Probably not. Like, I'd much rather actively swing trade, which, like, for example, I'm in SPX, I'm in Fartcoin, I bought some Moonbirds, I still hold my Pudgy Penguin, I also hold some Rect, I plowed more money into Rect, like I disclosed yesterday. So for me, I'm like, well, like Rect, for example, if it breaks up here and even gets to, like, my entries here, if it gets to 618, that's an 87% move on the same amount that I would have allocated to Bitcoin, right? So again, these are the sort of things that you need to think about in terms of risk and where we are in the timing of a cycle as well.
No, I totally agree. Totally agree. And that, look, like you said, that applies greatly for Bitcoin. I'm watching like a hawk here. I agree with you. I've got to be careful not to chase, small percentages. Saying that, my bag's a decent enough size that a 10% move does equate to a decent amount of money. So for me, 10% means quite a lot. For someone else with $1,000, it means $100, right? Whereas for me, it means potentially tens of thousands. So, but it's also consequently, it's tens of thousands of losses.
10% for you is millions. Okay,
it's millions for me. So, one day, I'm still chasing 10 Bitcoin. That's my goal. 5 to 10 Bitcoin next bull is my goal. But no, for this move here, so I agree with what you're saying, and there's lessons in that as well. So this level for me, I might even take some off the table today, man. I think I might. It's feeling, I'm not going to say it's feeling euphoric, but I might take 10% off today just to get a little win. I was buying all the way down. I did take a little nibble at about 82. So I was buying all the way down to, I can't claim that the exact bottom. I didn't buy the exact bottom. I think I bought about 82,000 was my lowest buy. So those are up slightly. So, and I did that just to DCA my bag, just to make sure that any move upwards, I got a nice little gain. So no, I probably will look to take some off from the table from here to 98, I should rather say, and then reevaluate at 98, because even from here, I mean, there could be a concern that we could dip from here. Although I think if we dip from here, I'm feeling a shallower pullback to about the 90-91. But man, imagine if I get that wrong and it breaks through 91, it goes to 88 and crumbles down to 70, I'll be crying. So no, probably good advice, Greenie. I should probably take some off the table around here, to be honest.
I mean, that's again. I'm just playing devil's advocate for entertainment purposes. Like as always, like we could pump easily to 107. You never know. Like, and that's what I mean. Like this bear flag could look anything. Like it could be something like this. Like we don't know. Like the bear flag, but I would argue this is very much a bear flag playing out. Okay, you got a trend here.
Yeah.
Okay, where you're coming in. And then pretty much from there you've got this sort of bear flag, and then yeah, bang, yeah, I continue.
It's kind of like a stick of dynamite that's burning down, ready to pop, bro. For me, like as much as I want to get excited and say, like we said, we're going to go to a new all-time high, I think probability-wise that isn't the case. Like you said,
it's low. I'll give it 20%. I'll give it 20%. I'll give it 20%.
Yeah, which for me isn't worth carrying tens or hundreds of thousands along for that ride. I'm happy to carry maybe 20,000 for that ride, but not 100,000. So, no, I probably should take some off the table now. And the good news is, if I took some off the table now, you consider it a win. Which in these markets, in these markets, to walk away with a win at the moment on Bitcoin, there's probably not too many people in that position, I don't think. So I should probably go, good job, dude. You held your nerve and you waited for the lower high. It came. So I guess what I'm saying is I need to be cautious here, because this is similar to what happened in 21, where it hit my levels and greed kicked in, and I didn't action my plan per se. So I need to be very wary now. So I'm very defensive here. So no, I'll probably take some off the table here, and then again. And the reason I'll take it off is what you just pointed out. That fair value gap does attract me though. Mm-hmm. That does attract me. And I saw it yesterday on stream when you brought it up, and I thought, I reckon that's a pretty good level to target. In saying that, you're probably right. I think taking a little bit off here and front running that gap would mean that if we hit the gap, I'll still be happy. But if we dip from there, then I'll go, oh, that's okay. At least you took some profit. Whereas if I don't, I'm going to get pretty angry. So I might as well just avoid myself being angry. As well. So good call, Greeny. I think that's probably good advice. What you've pointed out there. You may be wrong, you may be right. It doesn't actually matter, because I'll scale.
No, exactly. And I mean, like if you zoom out, like if your average cost basis is way down here, like you're in profit, bro. Like that's your trade right there. Like it's like
it's pretty good.
It's like I mean, if it's your spot buy, even if you're like from here, right? Like you're still up multiple X's, and your stop loss is probably a break even now. So it's like crazy, right? So yeah, these are the sort of things that a lot of people need to remember. It's like, what are you hoping for? Like, are you just hoping for this little pump up to here? Like, sure, yeah, sick. You're going to capture a 20% move? How far is it? Like a 20% move from this high? Yeah, over 50% move? Yeah, it's sick. Okay, that's a lot of money. If it is more money, a 50% move, yeah, but realistically, if it's a 50% move, it's already gone up 800%. Like that's
I agree.
Like, it's about timing. And I go back to a few conversations I had with people last year who, like, they hate hearing it. They're like, Greeny, I want to make money in crypto. I'm like, fuck yeah, so do I, mate. But they're like, I want to turn my 1 million into 2 million. I want to turn my 200K into 400K. I'm like, it's the wrong time to be doing that. And I'm the only one who's probably realistically going to tell you that, because all those dickheads out there selling all these other things literally will only bull post hopium rather than being realistic. And I think that's a big difference about why people appreciate our show and what we do on the timeline and everything, because we actually educate you based on real price-based analysis. What do you want to look at now?
Maybe should we look at some alts? If any you mentioned, I haven't looked closely at alts, so you're probably the better guide here. But we did speak offline, and there were a few that you said were pumping pretty nicely. So maybe cover those for the alts fans in the room.
Yeah, so Virtual saw a massive pump overnight as well. Huge pump. Basically, had a breakout way back. It kind of just, I didn't even look at this chart for ages, but it obviously held this breakout, and then it moved up from this level. So for me, that's definitely something to be aware of, is if you're seeing a big push up here, it's still a reminder, this is still very much a lower high here and a bearish trend. So that's definitely something to be aware of. Sui went pretty crazy overnight. Where's Sui? Here it is. Sui's up 12% overnight. Again, I was in a long and I was stupid. Again, my big lesson at the moment is I'm just too aggressive with taking profit. I took profits here instead of just holding for this trade that I knew was going to play out. These are just, again, lessons that I'm dealing with myself. XRP up 12%. Again, a very clean chart. Shout out to Aussie. Aussie is long on this in GTG. Shout out to him for that trade. Where is it? Renders up 12%, big breakout, but same again, still lower high here, still within the bearish trend. This one is crazy, Craig. This one's like full. Is this 20? No, 20 March 24. Still just an absolute bearish trend. Will this ever make a new all-time high? Well, not this cycle, in my opinion, but a really nice bullish wedge potentially playing out. Kita as well, which is kind of like a Google play with their blockchains. One of my mates, very obscure, but he owns this rather than owning anything else. I'm like, you're a weirdo. Why? Yeah, it's over there. But like really nice. Again, a lot of things came into their 886, which means they're down around 90% from their highs, guys. So this is what I mean by unless you're actively trading, you're gonna be like, if you hold this back, you're not up. Whatever this is up 30% off the lows. You're not up 30%. You're down. You're still down. Maybe you didn't buy the top, but say you bought anywhere in this vicinity, you're still down 70%, right? So that's taking a more active approach in the markets is certainly something that you need to consider at the moment. I need to duck to the toilet, Craig, but I'll put it on NFTs and you can chat about NFTs. Brendo, good to see you, legend. Good to see you.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. All right, NFTs. Yeah, NFTs have seen a nice little bounce. Greeny and I were just talking offline. Unfortunately for the Pudgy holders in the room, we saw Bored Apes leapfrog us. So Bored Apes are up 14% today. So shout out to you, to the ape brothers out there. I've still got my Gucci ape. That's 17,700 today, whereas Pudgy Penguins are still down a fair bit. My entry was 22,000. That's sitting at 16,700, but up 6% for the day. CryptoPunks holding steady, still 95K. We also see good bounces. Moonbirds, the big birds, they're up to 6,300. I think the lows are about 4,000 there, so good sort of 30% move on those bad boys. Little Pudgy's up almost 10%, 1,800. Mutants up 17%. Shit, that a good pump, eh? Bored Apes and Mutants. Mutants up 2.5 grand. So that was probably a pretty good buy at about 2 grand. What else got? Milady still holding steady at about 4K. Obviously, we had Vitalik change his PFP to 1, so that sort of gigacent up probably about 50%, I reckon. Zuki's sort of flatlined today after a decent pump, 2.5 grand. Mythic's up another 10% from yesterday, so they're up to 800. I think my entry on those bad boys was about 700, 750, so I'm finally in the green there. So, yeah, a little bit down on Pudgies, a little bit down on, I think my Littles are at entry, my Mythics are at entry, and my Big Bird is still underwater slightly. So I've got about, I think my Big Bird, I entered at about 10,000, unfortunately for me, but I've still been holding. I see Spencer's been posting again today. So I think he said there was 2 or 3 big announcements or decent announcements coming out. So I don't know if any of the viewers, we've just woken up here, so I haven't had a chance to really jump on and deep dive what Spencer was saying. But if anyone in the chat knows what the announcements were, was it 2 announcements or something like that? He said not the big one, but there's a couple of other smaller ones. So interested to see what those are. I still think Moonbirds should perform pretty well this Q1, especially with that TG coming out. I think Spencer announced maybe perhaps early Q1, so his timing has been pretty effective there. Pudgy and Little Pudgies, I'm still pretty bullish there. Obviously, with Abstract coming up, obviously that's taken a bit of a dive over the sort of mini bear market we had. So Abstract kind of fell away a little bit, but I think the Pudgy and Little Pudgy ecosystem will continue to push. It just depends what kind of market we're in. If we're in a bear market, it's going to be hard for these NFTs to do well. Obviously, when times are good, these send pretty hard. These and memes tend to send harder than everything else. But obviously, consequently, when things pull back, these pull back a shitload. So, yeah, kind of keeping my eyes on these now. Just ran through the prices, Greeny. Pudgy's up. Just basically everything's up. Almost at entry level for me on most things, except for Big Pudgy, still down about, I think on my entry was about 22 and a half. So, got about another 20% to go on those, Greeny. But it's looking good there. Milady's holding steady. Nice to see NFTs pumping, but probably not much else to say there other than hopefully Bitcoin can hold, at least crab sideways and continue to let these breathe. I was saying, Greeny, as well to the viewers, Spencer put out an announcement saying he's got a couple of announcements. It's not the big one we're waiting for, but a couple of others. So I'm not sure what that was. Don't know if they're big or not, but he said they were decent. So hopefully they are decent announcements. Hopefully we get some airdrops. I'm not saying that's what it is, but if the market's turning around, you might expect a few airdrops to happen. So I know Luca spoke, I don't know when he spoke, but the video came out, I think last week, him saying he's pretty keen to start getting the team at Pudgy to start canvassing for more airdrops for holders of Pudgy again. So we might see some further stimmies come in. So he said he wanted to start getting those going again.
Hodl the bag, hodl the Pudgy, hodl it.
So get in, guys. I think we might get some more stimmies. So provided Q1 is on the green side, I think we might see some stimmies come in for these. And if that happens and Pudgies start getting stimmies again, I think Pudgies could pump again. So that's me pumping my bags, Greenie. Hopefully I've done a good job.
I mean, I own one too, Craig. I mean, I was just thinking, I was like, that's a 25,000 Australian dollar asset that I've just got sitting there. And my wife's questioning why I bought a $50,000 ute. Meanwhile, I'm just like, wait, I'm holding this NFT that's worth $25,000.
Half your ute. Yeah.
Spencer coming. I mean, to touch on that point, there's a lot of Q1 airdrops coming soon. You've got OpenSea, you've got MetaMask, you've got Burb, you've got there's a range of different ones that I'm just fumbling right now to remember, but there's just a lot. Hopefully that's good. Hopefully that means, but the like everyone is racing to the sell button. It's pretty obvious everyone's racing to the sell button. So Moonbird's trading up. They're up. Yeah, they're up about 0.5 ETH, if not a little bit more. 0.6 ETH, literally in the past. Yeah, what's that like? In the past 5 days, they're up 0.6 ETH. ETH is what? I don't even know how much ETH is these days. 3,200. So that's like $2,500-ish dollars. They're up already, which is great to see. I mean, I bought 2 a little bit lower than here. Yeah, I'm up about 0.2 on both mine, so that's pretty good. It would have been great if I held 3, but I only held 2. But yeah, I mean, listings is down. Depth looks pretty good as well. Like, I mean, 100 more sales and we're back at 3 ETH. I mean, that's without any more listings. So yeah, look, I think these can push back towards 4 or 5 ETH. If we do get a few more bullish announcements, a few more maybe clarification dates around when this launches. But yeah, I think this is definitely the NFT trade to be taken. Punks are back up towards 100, nearly 95. So how low did they dip? I actually didn't look, but Punks went all the way down to 25 ETH. So what's that? And say ETH was what, 2.5? Hold on, where did ETH get down to? ETH got down to, yeah, ETH was around 2.8. So 25 times 2,850. Let's go to average it out. So they got down to 70-ish K. Which is interesting, but
that would have been a good buy there, huh?
Oh yeah, I mean, if you want to swing trade that, I mean, you're up 25 grand already, or 20 grand, which is pretty crazy. So I mean, yeah, if you're a whale wallet, you could definitely be swing trading some punks. That's for sure. It's probably the biggest upside. But I mean, Pudgies are up. Like they were down at $12,000, Craig. So they're up about $4,000 or $5,000 already as well. And Moonbirds, as I said, are up about $3,000 already. So good to see. Can it be sustained? I mean, largely, I mean, it's good to see floor prices up. That's it's like these are going to go up in USD value because ETH is going up, but it's good to see floor prices back up. Like the fact Pudgies and Bored Apes are back above 5 ETH is very healthy for the NFT market. But dude, it's just, I don't know what to do. Like it's, the Moonbirds is an obvious one. I either like sell it into the hype or hold for TG if it looks like the tokenomics are going to be okay. But then you're dumping it probably straight after anyway, unless there's incentivized things that maybe Spencer has. Like maybe he does that. I don't know. He's a pretty smart man. Like the Pudgy is just, I don't know what to do. It's my brand. It's honestly the best PFP outside of maybe a punk to have on crypto Twitter these days. So it's like, I think they probably do trade back towards 10K in a bear market. So it's like, maybe I take a tax loss harvest if depending on timing. If there's no, like, again, it depends on a few different things. I'd love to hear your take. Like, what's your thoughts here? Like, is it a hodl? Is it like is this the one thing I just hodl for the next 3 or 4 years and hope next cycle there's still some form of remnants around NFT love, NFT lore? Maybe airdrops potentially. I don't know. Like, what are your thoughts? Like, it's different to buying it when Kicks did last cycle and selling it still into the second cycle with Abstract and Pengu and all that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah, heaps different now. My thoughts on it are I'm looking for an exit. I want an exit on it. I don't want to carry NFTs into the bear market, and unfortunately we're probably in the early stages of one now. So I have this longer than I would have liked, and it's probably one of my worst trades of this bull market was not selling that at 70K, man. Like that, and we've spoken about this before. I won't harp on about it, but that's one of the ones I got wrong. Yeah, I agree with the branding, and I do like it as the PFP. But you know what? I like money a little bit more, and I my wife likes money more than she does my PFP. And you know, as you get older, you've got to be a bit more responsible with your money, I think, as well. Maybe when you're younger, you should too, but certainly, I don't want to. I think the play for me is sell into any hype, regardless of it. I won't. I don't think I'll hold the Moonbirds for the drop. I think I'll sell into the hype.
Yeah.
And what I'll look to do is reevaluate at the bottom and decide whether those are still worth holding in a bear. So maybe look to buy a Pudgy and a Moonbird in a bear for activations that happen in the next bull, because I think, you know, the airdrops and all that is going to dry up a lot come the bear market. Airdrops tend to vanish. So all the stimmies that these might get, I think, will come over Q1. I think that's hopefully our time to possibly get out with a little bit of profit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just super hesitant to carry NFTs into bear market. They get absolutely annihilated. So I think we'll probably pick up a big Pudgy for probably 2 ETH, man. You'll probably get a Moonbird for, God, I don't even want to say it.
Yeah.
0.25, no jokes. Hey, it fucking could be, man. It's excuse my language. 2 ETH could drop down to 1 ETH, man. It could drop down to 0.5. So, you know, little Pudgies, they could drop down to 0.25. As much as you love these things, I think you'll love having 3 of them for the same price as 1 in a bear market. So I think even if you're bullish on these things, I think swing trading is probably, if you have to have a PFP, probably swing trading's the move.
I know. I asked, I said in the GTG NFT channel a couple of days ago, I said, is it time for Greeny to use his own face on crypto
That's
Twitter?
the next evolution, isn't it?
I don't know. Like, I mean, it's my face on every other platform, like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It is my face. So it's just Twitter. It just seems to be like you either have it, like you either have people that do it or people that don't, or you do a meme PFP. Like you think about Thread Guy, you think about Trader Meme, you think about like all these, like, and then you just make that PFP so iconic that, yeah, maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe that's
Trader Main's is wild, man. I love his one with the big board. It's so good. The
like
guy looks 50.
Maybe that's what I need to do is have a meme. Like I pay someone. Okay, I put a tweet out, guys. I will pay you if you create a meme PFP for me. That's a good tweet. Hold on, let me draft that up.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, that's right. I mean, I've noticed Bold. He does a few commission pieces for people.
I actually reached out to him ages ago, and then he tried to shill me some stupid open edition. I was like, bro, I'm not just a fucking random guy. I literally have a huge brand. I run a community. I was going to pay you. And then he never replied to me. And then 2 months later, he replied and said, oh, yeah, I can do it now. I was like, no, fuck off, bro. You lost your chance. So, I mean, he's Australian, Sydney based too. So I was like, yeah, I was like, come on, man, at least do a little bit of research. I'm an Aussie as well. Like, at least help me out a little bit. So, yeah, I was pretty, that's not the right way to like go about conversations. Like, I mean, he's doing well. I mean, he earns a shit ton of money with all his sponsors, with all his partners. He's a great guy, really good meme content. I appreciate his content, but that's not the right way to go about a conversation. Not the right way.
No, it's not. It's not terrific to reply 2 months later and say, I'm ready to take your money now.
Yeah.
Like when as an artist, I guess what happens is your work dries up and then you start canvassing for leads, and you were one of them, right? Whereas he probably could have just replied to you and said, hey, I'm a bit busy at the moment, bro, but let's touch base in 8 weeks. And you would have been like, beautiful.
Yeah.
And then you know what's going on. So I guess that's, like we've spoken about, communication is very important. And I think Web3 has a lot to learn about communication, man.
Okay, that is a fantastic little handball if you're an AFL fan. Over to poor communication yet again from Infinex. Again, like, dude, back-to-back Australians letting down the world of crypto. Holy shit. Anyways.
These guys are killing me.
Oh, dude, it's wild. Anyways, basically, if you haven't seen, Infinex got apps, like they created a Cato. Here's the backstory. They created a Cato leaderboard months ago. I'm going to say 6 months, 12 months ago. So people who yapped about their project, any updates, blah, 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 went up the leaderboard. Then Kane, who is Sydney-based as well, so an Australian, came out and said, nah, you're just all farming it, blah, blah, blah. Kicked and blocked about 50% of the tournament people on Cato, basically saying, nah, you don't qualify. You don't qualify.
He called them terrorists, I think.
Then he went out and called them all terrorists, okay?
What a
Then is
bad
trying to
word.
raise capital. So they're trying to raise capital yet again. They've released an NFT project. That might have been an airdrop potentially.
That
They
dumped yesterday as well, by the way.
I mean, they are pumping slightly today, but yes, they did dump recently. They raised $67 million last year, and now they're trying to do yet another capital raise. It's hilarious because like optics are everything. Like you need to understand, mate. And I mean, shout out to FFV who put a tweet out a couple of days ago, and a few other people did as well. But they're now changing the stakes to allow whales to allocate more to their profile. But basically, they're just trying to steal your money. Again, it's the same shit like I've been talking about for so long in crypto. Like it's just like everyone is just so greedy to fill their pockets that they don't care anymore about building actually good products or like building a platform that you can use or like thinking about it from a different perspective. But anyways, like it's just crazy. Like Infinex was trying to raise $99 million in the last 24 hours. Only 500K was put in.
Cool.
Last year, something like this would have been an instant sellout. But they picked fights with Coles. They called CT terrorists, blocking anyone who disagrees, leaves for a bit and pretends nothing happened. It's just disgusting behavior on the timeline. It's a great example of a leader who's no longer in touch with society. Like it's so bloody damn true. And optics, it's all about the optics. And sure enough, they've come out today and said, yeah, no, we're increasing it now because we want more money because whales are gonna like. It's just pathetic. It's actually pathetic. Anyways, that's breaking news overnight.
It's bad, isn't it? Like you said, the optics is bad. I mean, I haven't had a lot to do with Infinex at all. Obviously, I think we met a couple of them.
We met a few of the team, the 2 years ago.
They were nice enough, but I'm nice enough face to face. But this is way worse. Like because nice is only to you and me, but this is to like tens of thousands of people or how many follow them. But just the optics of this have been so bad.
Oh, it's pathetic, yeah.
That I personally, for me, and I'm just speaking as an outsider here, I didn't even look at their raise because of what's happened in the last 6 months from them. So I was like, no, I'm not going near this cluster F because this just looks like what you said. Looks like they're just raising sometimes for the sake of raising to fill their pockets now.
Yeah, 100%.
The other thing is, didn't they know what Cato was all about? Like, it's a farming heaven. That's what we're doing. We were all farming it. So what did they think was going to happen? Like,
they're getting absolutely slammed. They are getting absolutely slammed here from huge, like this guy, CBB. If you don't know who CBB is, arguably one of the GOATs. You should go read his article he wrote about sniping. It is insane. Like from nothing, they made tens of millions of dollars in 2021. Crazy. And then obviously he went on NFTs and Farm Blur and stuff as well. But you should read that article. I read it. It was crazy. They developed a sniper that just would snipe anything on ETH and then anything on BNB. It was I highly recommend giving that guy a follow. I think he actually might be leaving Twitter these days. I don't know, but he seems to comment. But yeah, it's just crazy. Like it's just crazy the hate that they're getting here. Just like be in touch with society. Seriously, be in touch with society. Be in touch with your optics. Your founder is a dickhead. Your founder is a dickhead on the timeline. So of course people aren't going to be interested in that at all. It's just hilarious. That's just classic crypto in 101.
Yeah, that was terrible. So yeah, communication is very important. Obviously, that's something even Greeny and I make sure that we try and, we're a lot smaller than Infinex, that's for sure. And we try and communicate. You've got to communicate respectfully with anyone, regardless of how they kind of come at you. You've got to do it in kind of a, and that's just from working customer service for years. It's not what you say, it's how you say it, right? And even bad news can be packaged at least politely, but yeah, just another lesson in communication there, guys. So if you want to go further in life, learn to deliver bad news as nicely as you can and respectfully to the person you're delivering it to. You'll go a lot further as a business as well. So a little bit of maybe they need to get us on board, Greeny, for communications because it can't get much worse.
I mean, I don't know. It's just funny. People get greedy.
Imagine stepping in to clean that mess up.
They're behind Synthetics as well, for those people that maybe don't know, which is around like those. So they've made a shit ton of money. You have no idea. They're some of Australia's richest crypto people because that whole family. The other brother created what's the huge game that was, not game, but huge token that went last cycle, and it's a gaming token, Alluvium.
Did he?
Yeah, 100%. It's crazy. Like these guys, they were worth.
They went to $1,000 a coin, bro.
Yeah, they were worth
Maybe
hundreds of
more.
millions, and they probably took all of that out, and now they're still trying to get money out of your pocket. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's yeah, greed kills, huh? Greed
Yeah.
kills. Even the big dogs suffer greed. So nah, not so nice to see that. And I think what you'll find is as the market winds down, more and more companies are just going to fall over, bro. I'm not saying they
Oh,
will, but
without a doubt. Yeah.
so many are going to fall over, probably 80-90%. All the money dries up. You're going to start seeing Discord messages like, we're closing this down, we're closing this down, we're closing this down. So yeah, look forward to some awkward messages from companies having to announce that they, like with Nike with the NFT saying we're no longer supporting it and stuff. It's like, oh man, but that's crypto for you, eh? Come and go overnight.
Did you ever buy any of the Bird blind boxes at all?
Nah, I didn't muck
neither
around
did
with
I.
that. Did you? I don't
No,
think you would have.
no, it's on Solana. I didn't do it. No, isn't it? Yeah.
Are they physicals?
Yeah, are they the physical ones? I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure.
The other thing is the other thing with physicals with Australia is the shipping, man.
Oh, dude,
You
yeah,
just
yeah.
about can never. So for any founders listening now who are in America, can you find out a better way to ship to Australia? Because if that's possible, because you see something that you kind of think, hey, that's pretty cool. I wouldn't mind that for the desk or the wall or whatever. And the item might be, yeah, it's like $50 for the item and 200 shipping or something. It's like,
Yeah.
fuck that, man. I'm not spending $300 on a t-shirt. Are you kidding? Like, how about you send me one and I'll rep it for you? But like, Jesus, man, I haven't got that sort of money. $300 t-shirt. I might as well hit Versace, man, and be like the rest of the Gold Coast with a gold chain and Versace t-shirt.
You need to move to the sunny coast, mate. It's a bit more chill up here.
Yeah, no, I don't need my home, man. So it doesn't really matter where I am.
I mean, Noosa, obviously you have those sort of pretentious people, but it's funny. It's funny. Yeah, I mean, the markets are holding up really nicely. It looks like we might have a little bit of a swing out like at this high from December. So we'll wait and see what happens in the daily close in about 11 minutes time.
Are you guys, Greeny, just quickly, sorry to cut you off. Are you guys looking at shorting from here?
Look, I thought about it, but it's not a high confluence area. So the weekly, I mean, you could, and Sexy explained that this morning. It's like, look, if you're looking to short this level, you could take a small position as soon as it grabs that liquidity, which it has, but you've still got liquidity sitting over here. You've still got liquidity in this weekly FVG, which is basically an imbalance of price up here. So it's naturally like, well, at some point you expect this to be a magnet, but maybe it is. Maybe we pull back into this daily order block, retest, and then push up into this level. So yeah, I mean, if you are looking to short these sort of levels, and this is like, it's so hard because like, yeah, if I'm running the show with you and then like trying to do other things as a business, I can't be tapped in on a 5-minute chart like these guys who can, right? And these guys are far superior traders to me. And it's just like they would be watching structure here on a 15-minute chart and seeing, okay, well, we grab this liquidity up here. Where does the daily close come in? Where does the 4-hour close come in? This is maybe a bearish engulfing candle. Wait and see. Are we overextended? We are overextended on stochastic. So these are the sort of strategies that we teach you in GTG. And these guys are live every day. London session, New York session, Asia session, Cappy is going to be doing as well. So yeah, these guys are goats. Massive shout out to them because they teach me everything. They teach, not everything, but they teach me a different way to trade. And it's been so good to spend time over the quiet period recently and really tap into my skills again. Because these are the skills that you'll be able to implement in all market conditions and whatnot as well. We actually have 2 trading comps as well, Craig. Maybe this is something that you should get interested in. Is like even just send $100 over. But
yeah, you're right. Maybe I should sharpen my sword.
Like we have 2 trading comps. Let me try and pull it up. But we have one on Bybit and we have one on Blowfin this morning as well, yesterday as well, that I've set up. But basically, yeah, it's for GTG only at this point in time. And yeah, anyways, it's just a good, like it's cash back. So it's cash in your pocket. You got to meet requirements like 50K volume across a month. And you got to have at least $100 in your account. But yeah, I'm currently winning the Bybit one because I'm just, because I've just executed like these guys who are swinging with big plays. Like they will shoot up hundreds of % in profit, but then they'll shoot down 80% because their strategy is very risky, right? Whereas me, I'll just noodle along with my small positions, my very regimented trades, but I'm up 4% in the past week or so. This was higher, but I took a short on Pengu that didn't work out. But yeah, in the past 9 days, I'm up 4%. So pretty happy with that. Again, if I decided to trade a little bit less recently in terms of sorry, I decided to allocate less to my positions recently to really hone back in on my strategies, on my emotions. What really, again, I've messed up again. I had a long on Sui, I had a long on Pepe, I had a long on a few others, and BNB. And I took profits early because I was like, well, if BTC rejects from this level, it's going to be a dump, and these alts are going to be horrific. So again, I should have just held them. I'm holding Farcoin, I'm holding SPX, shorted a couple of times as well. So yeah, I mean, if I can make like, this is a thing. If I can make 10% compounded every month, and you start with $50,000, that is a lot of money. That's $5,000 a month compounded over time. Like, you need to think about that. So, I mean, maybe I even trade with more over time. And these are the sort of skills that we teach you in GTG. And that's, again, having a trading comp is a great way to go about it. I mean, hopefully I can walk away with $1,000. That'd be great. So wait and see what happens. But yeah, anyways, back to the chart. Yeah, you've had this sweep. You'd be watching, okay, well, what levels are we doing here? Okay, so I suppose you've got this order block here on a low time frame that you could be trading into. Do we bounce from this? Maybe we bounce from this. We'll have to wait and see what the daily close comes in about 8 minutes. So yeah, look, am I keen to short? Probably not at this level. Maybe at this level. It's still technically a range, you could say, as well. But yeah, so look, this weekly level is pretty pivotal for me to hold 90.4. If we come back in, this is a daily daily order block, as you can see here, at about sort of, what's that, 92.4. So that could be a level that we could trade back into before maybe pushing up higher. Look, yeah, again, there's multiple ways to short. It just depends on how you like to short. Shorting is the hardest thing to do. It is, but without a doubt.
Yeah. I just wondered if you guys are doing that. And look, shout out to GTG as well. I've seen the perps chats always pumping, man. So
the busiest chat is the busiest chat.
The busiest chat. It's actually busier than the Memecoin chat, especially on downtrends. Uptrends, your memes will fire up, but no matter what, perps is active. So shout out to GTG and the traders in there for keeping active. I know Sexy and Aussie actually always has alerts going off. Actually, I always see his going off. So they're very active in there. So shout out to those guys making money even when Bitcoin was dumping from all-time high to 80K. They were making money, whereas everyone else was sort of sulking and wondering why their bags were getting demolished. There are people out there making money when price goes down. So I definitely need to check out GTG, because if you don't know what you're doing, it's a good place to go there. And also the good thing about that group as well is that you can ask any questions and no one's going to
at any time. Yeah, that's the beautiful part. Community is so underrated. As like people like, oh, like there haven't been a lot of trade calls, or you haven't been doing a lot of analysis recently, or meme coins. It's like, yeah, because the market's been shit, but you're part of a community that would tell you that and help you educate that. Now I get it. Maybe it's not what everyone wants, but it's the same conversation. It's like, I like being part of a community is a huge win for me. It's a huge win for me.
It's really important, especially if you're, and I think even if you're not new, for new people it's especially useful, but for older people it might be even more useful, just to to give you a counter trade, or it's what someone else is thinking, which is always useful, or just to confirm what you're looking at, and you jump on and say, hey guys, this is what I'm seeing. And then you might get 5 other people jumping in going, yeah, I'm seeing it too. Not that makes you right, but it just gives you a bit more confidence. And some people might say, I know, have you looked at this? Have you looked at that? Have you looked at that? And soon enough, you add a lot more tools to your toolbar. And before you know it, after 6 months of asking stupid questions, or 3 months, you'll probably be making a lot more money than you were. So that's what I would encourage people to do, is start learning. It's not, making money on meme coins is great, but if you haven't learned any skills,
it's not sustainable. Yeah.
And if you haven't learned any skills, what are you going to do for the next 2 years while the market goes down? What do you like? Because for me personally, I'm in the space like you, Greeny, full time. I need to be making money all the time. So, and the good news is this is, I'm no mega genius. If I can learn this stuff, so can anyone else, same as Greeny, same as anyone else in there. There's no one special. It's just how hard you're willing to, learn and apply yourself. But, for those people that go away in the bear market, I think you're missing out. A, you're missing out on perps trades on the way down. And B, you're missing out on being locked in. So when the bottoms come, you're aware that they're bottoms. That's the problem. Like if you're not, I'm not saying you need to lock in every day. Certainly in a bear market, you don't need to be locked in like you do perhaps in a bull. But if you've got the finger on the pulse, like I did last bear, because I stuck around. When the bottom started forming, I was well aware. I didn't know that was the bottom, but there was enough information that I'd acquired over the last few years to go, even if this isn't a bottom, it's close enough. And sure enough, it was close to the bottom, and I got big wins. So Leaving in a bear market, bro, is probably the worst thing I reckon you can do as far as making money. If you come back in the bull, people like you and me are probably already selling, and that's what happened in this last bull market. People are like, "What are you buying?" And I'm like, "Man, I'm selling." Because I was, and I won't harp on about Ray, but you and I were holding certain coins that we had bought at 20 cents that were $1. Well, I'm not buying it at $1, man. I'm selling it for a 5x. So I was heavily selling in 25 when people were buying. And I remember thinking to myself, man, a lot of people have got this completely the wrong way around. Like buying the bear, selling the bull. Honestly, if you're not a good trader or you don't have time to lock in, the easiest strategy I found for making money is just buy Bitcoin and your favorite alts and memes in the bear, selected memes, selected alts, and you will get pumps in the bull market, even on coins you probably don't deserve it, or coins that don't deserve pumps will still pump somewhat, except for AVAX Greenie, which didn't really pump at all, man. So God bless the AVAX crew. Still waiting for my badge, man. That'll be a good day when I get that bad boy. But no, I think just around back to GTG, improve your skills, guys. Improve your trading skills. Come in there, join the community for a month. Join it. You'll probably need more than a month. I would say 3 months. And you'll be, and if you come in there every day and ask questions, you will be a significantly better trader after 3 months. I can't believe you won't be. If you apply yourself and the things you learn, I think, and the good news is the sky's the limit what you earn. Your earning potential in crypto is unlimited. And that's what I love about the space is, when I worked for someone else, there was always a ceiling, right? There's always a ceiling on every occupation. But with crypto, there's no ceiling. The ceiling is you. And I like that because all you got to do is bet on yourself. And because if you can't bet on yourself, man, who can you really bet on?
If you want to hear it from not us, go to the YouTube page and I've got some testimonial videos here with about 5 different members. So you can come and watch that at any time. But
no, great group. And like I said, when I first joined in 21, I joined other groups, other Discord groups, Telegram groups. And it can be intimidating. And I remember asking questions in there and actually getting smashed. Like asking a question and someone would be like, "Oh, clean your screen," because I was taking screenshots on my laptop. And I remember I got piled on. I didn't even get an answer to my question. I had like 10 people, "Fucking clean your screen." I was like, whoa, man. So I can only imagine, say, God forbid a female came in there and spoke, she'd be like, whoa, this is too testosterone filled, which it is. But the good thing with GTG, man,
there's a lot of females in there.
There's a lot of females in there. And the energy is definitely conducive to learning. I've never seen anyone ask a question and just get smashed for it. Like, even if the question could be deemed silly or noob, it doesn't matter because the thing is, I quite enjoy teaching new people, man. It's great. Like, it gives me a kick. I enjoy it. Like, and also it re-educates you as the teacher, the old stuff that you might have forgotten. So now, big shout out to there. I think the community is great. I'm spitting on my screen now. Speaking of spitting.
I mean, Paulina just commented as well saying, so thankful for the community, figuring out on your own, but trading beside.
That's great. Sharpen your sword, learn new skills, bear market, bull market. You can always learn more. And like I said, the money-making potential in the space is so great. We're going to get a daily close now, so lucky my rant went on a while.
Roast my website, Craig, that I spent all day yesterday building.
Hey, what's that, sorry?
Roast my new website that I spent all day yesterday building.
Roast your website. Yeah, go scroll down. I think your website's great. I think it looks good. Really good. I think it's done a great job. This is Greenie's work, by the way, guys. Greenie built this, I believe.
Yeah.
This is all Greenie. So, no, I think it looks bloody good. I think it's laid out nicely. Jump on, guys. Jump on. You've got member testimonials there. You can join, like I said, you can join for a month. I think, can you still do lifetime or have you cut that for the moment?
I've cut lifetime off. Yeah, I've cut lifetime.
Yeah,
you can sign up for a year. If you sign up for a year, it's cheaper. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, like I said, I reckon 1 month. Look, you could come in and peak, have a look for 1 month and then commit to 3. But even for me personally, I think 3 months is probably the minimum to be able to, if you wanted to walk away and go, right, I can make some money now. Obviously, if you stick around, you'll probably make more money. Not financial advice, but like we've said, A, you'll learn new skills, and B, you can confirm your trades with other people and maybe get pointed out things you weren't looking at, and it might avoid losses. So that's probably the other side of the coin, making money, but also avoiding losses. And certainly the guys have helped me do that there. Even though I'm spot trading, the people in perps, I'll still visit perps because perps will still give me a good indication of levels and things like that. So even if you're trading spot, The people in perps, because they're so dialed in on levels and those sorts of things, it's a massive help. And that's why I asked if you were shorting from there, because that helps with my spot decisions too. So perps isn't just for people doing perps. I use it a lot for spot, people talking about that. So look, I found it really useful. I've been in the industry now, what are we, 26? I've been here 5 years, dude. 5 years next month. And I'm still learning in there. So if I'm learning after 5 years, I'm sure someone who's been here.
Wait, I'm learning 9 years in. I'm learning 9 years in.
And that's the beauty, is you should actually always still be learning. And anytime you're not, find a group where you can learn from, because this never ends. And that's the journey. And what I've learned about trading is it's a journey, right? This is a forever thing. So that's my rant about GTG.
Lifelong skill. It's a lifelong skill. Yeah.
It's a lifelong skill. It's like in life, if you want to get better at it, you've got to apply yourself. But man, nothing feels sweeter than when you start making money on your process, man. It feels good, dude. And that's what I'm loving about this time of the market kicking in again, is you get that like feedback loop of, well done, dude. Like the lower high that I'm getting at the moment, it's like, good job, dude. You didn't drop your nuts at 80K.
Yeah.
It's moments like that where you feel proud. One of the things that I've found in life is pride is a pretty important thing, and you can only get that from applying yourself and winning. And when you do it, man, it feels better than the money. So that's my rant about GTG. If it's not GTG, find a community that you love who supports you, and go kick some ass. Got a lifetime just in time. Yeah, that lifetime membership was a steal, bro. When you first came out, that was a good buy for some people. But I'm sure a lot of people will return as the market kicks up now. That's just unfortunately how markets are. But get into community. You'll win a lot more. And that's my rant. And how'd the daily close go?
Yeah, steady, 93.8. So still pretty good. Still at the top of this range, which is good. Which is actually above some of these wicks here. So, sorry, that's the 12-hour. But the daily's the same. So it's above these wicks. So maybe we do push higher up into this level. We'll have to wait and see what happens in the coming hours. So, yeah, I might trade Monday's range as well. That's the other sort of strategy that I know a lot of people use, like Trader Main and whatnot. But it's just a well-known strategy for a lot of people. Is usually the start of the week is a great time to trade any market, not even crypto. But the start of the session is also the most volatile and best time to be trading sessions when you're trading London or New York and all those sorts of things, or even Asia, which actually Asia might open. I don't know if Asia's sessions open at 10 a.m. now or 11 a.m. All these daylight savings, man. It's crazy. Monday range strategy, Paulina, DM or ping me in GTG and I'll explain it.
Yeah, nice work. But no, I'm bullish on the setup, Greenie. I'm hoping this actually pushes higher from here.
Well, yeah, I mean, we could.
Like everyone else in the world, actually.
Yeah, big level, but I need to mark it on this other chart. But yeah, so weekly FLG, weekly.
I'm ready to take some profit, man.
Hopefully
I'm ready to take some profit. I need to feel that rush again. God, it's been a while.
Yeah, no, I love it. All right, well, I think that's a good show, guys. As always, thanks for tuning in. Yeet, apparently they got back to me and they said that the board should hopefully be updated as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's updated. Great. So we can now track it. Andrew's at the top. Love to see that. Andrew, I think we'll give you $50 today because you're at the top at the moment. GG Martin's there. And Gelos is also there, guys. So Andrew, you get $50 because you're at the top today, 3,000 points, which is great to see. So congrats on doing that. 50 to Andrew. We're giving away $200, $250 every single week, guys. So yeah, massive shout out to you, massive shout out to OKX for being our partners, Craig.
Yeah, thanks, Greenie. Thanks, everyone. Look, great chat. We'll see you on the timeline, and I'm going to go and take some profit, I think, man, after you made me feel bad about hitting a head and dumping.
No, don't ignore me.
No, that's sound advice, dude. And look, that's a great thing. And that, that's the same as what happens in GTG. Sometimes someone like me will come in and say, I'm looking for that fair value gap. And someone like Greenie will say, yeah, but what if this happens? And I go, that's a fair point. And that's the thing about, I think, being a successful trader, Greenie, and people, some people say on the timeline, people flip-flop. I think the thing about being a successful trader is being the ability to pivot, change your thesis, change your thought process, but have it backed by data. And what you just said there is a very fair call. Do I want an extra 5%? Do I need to squeeze 5% more? Not really, man. So why not take a bit off now and say, good job, well done, get a win, and then ride it from there. But other than that, guys, we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Greenie, thanks for pulling up today and running us through those Bitcoin levels. That was pretty useful for me, and I hope everyone else got something out of that. And yeah, like I said, we'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully NFTs continue to pump, alts pump, meme coins continue to pump. We can probably cover those a bit more tomorrow. Other than that, big love to everyone, and thanks for the viewers for tuning in and listening to us.
That's actually such a good summary to end. Green takes profits too early and Craig too late. That's so true.
Yeah,
So
we've got to meet in the middle, huh? Got to meet.
yeah, we do need to be in the middle. Love it, love it, love it. All right, guys. As always, thanks for tuning in. We very much appreciate it, and we'll see you same time again tomorrow. Thanks, Craig. Have a nice day, mate.
Thanks, guys.